Welcome back. How to make a quiz in iLearn D2L Brightspace. So today we're going to walk you through how to make a customized quiz using the quiz tool in D2L. The three mandatory steps that you have to make a complete quiz in D2L is clearly give it a name, add questions, make it visible, and actually when you make it visible, we'll also show you how to post it to the announcement feed as well. So we're also going to explore other features within our quiz tool as well. So let's get started. Going back into our homepage, we're back into our actual course, our training course. So within the D2L platform, we always have these icons at the top. And most of our customized icons that are built within D2L are either in the Contents tool or My Assignments tool. We're clicking on to My Assignments tool because that's where all of our actual custom assignments are built out. So we're going to click on Quizzes. And as we go into quiz, we're going to click on New Quiz. So just like with anything, as you guys can see within the patterns of D2L, when you're creating a custom content, you have to give it a name. We have been working on the Voting Rights Act. That's what we're going to actually call the quiz. We can give the quiz an actual category based on the units that we are working on, or if we want to chunk it. So I'm going to call it civil rights because that's the unit that we have been doing. I'm going to save my category, and all the quizzes that I generate under civil rights will be within this category. Now, next step. Add the questions, key points, right? So within our actual quiz content, you have two ways to add questions. One way is to import from an actual file. As you start to build out questions, you will have a question library, or down the line, we will have more content questions within our learning repository. But right now, we're just going to go to the traditional way and actually create our question. We also have a question pool if you start to create more and more questions under our particular categories. So now we want to create a new question. So we have various choices of various questions that you can have. You can have your true and false, multiple choice, multi-select, short answer, so on and so forth. Most of these are auto-graded with the exception of short answer and our written response. Sometimes, depending on, and maybe even the arithmetic if you need to actually do it and there's an actual order. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on true and false first. So let's click on true or false. We're going to type in our question. Rights Act was passed in 1964, right? We will label whatever the correct answer is. You give it a yes, a true or false. It's false. It's 1965. You can label it how many other points you want. I'm going to give it 2, and I'm going to hit save. And that will be our first question. Now, if we want to add another question, we just go back to our select new question. Now, let's say we want multiple choice. We could say, who was at the March on Washington? We could say, Anderson. Martin Luther King. Malcolm X. Now, we may only have 3 questions. We can X that out. Maybe who was not. Let's say who was not. We're going to say Malcolm X. Again, you could give it points. This is auto-graded, right? So then you hit save. Again, now with our questions, let's say we want a larger question. We're going to get a short answer. Who was the president? During the Voting Rights Act. Debate. So, or maybe past, yep, debate. We're gonna say, we could put in the answer, you could put LBJ, you could put whatever, but this one, students may have various ways they're answering it. So this is where you want to actually start to go in and actually check. You'll hit save. 1 point, it's a 5-point quiz. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to settings and we're going to play with some other settings. So we have our quiz. These are our questions. Now, if you have a description in here, if you want to add a video, you could also put that. A description, an introduction, and then there you have it. We have other features if you scroll across our tabs. You can put restrictions. So with our restrictions, we're going to unhide it from users because we want it to be present, right? There's no due date. If you want to put restrictions on it, you can, right? You can add a release condition. Again, if a student gets a certain score on the quiz, you can add it to your content. You can add it to your assignments. You could add it to a checklist, however you want to do it. You could create, with that, you could be like, if they get a certain score, they can move on to the content. Timing, if you have various actual restrictions, if students need more time, you could actually do a recommended time limit. You could also enforce a time limit. You could show a clock. If you have various users that you want to add, give them special, then you would actually have to, you could choose those users around that particular access. This gives you the users who can just go off and check those various users that need it, right? And I give them special access. That particular student will have actual access, Aaron Lewis, right? And I can show he will get 120 minutes. As I continue on, if we come back up, the actual assessment itself. What are some of the features I want? So, do I want it to be automatically graded? Yes, upon completion. Do I need to have attach it to the grade book or grade item? This is where you will do that. Once it's graded, do I want it to export to grades? It can do that. What do I want the students to see? I clearly want them to see my score, so I'm going to check that, which is already highlighted. It's grayed out. How many attempts do you want? Maybe I want 3. It's going to be the highest attempt that I collected, or you could have an average, right? Or the last attempt or the first attempt. You will save there. So therefore, we have our questions. We're going to start to, actually you have more actions, right? We've made it visible. You can have them reorder the questions to make sure they're reordered. And then you hit save. And there you have it. So when you want to come back to your course, again, we're going to go to my civil rights project. I'm going to actually take that quiz. I'm going to edit this announcement for you. And I want to pull that quiz right into my assignment. So I'm going to say here, all right, functionality is, there we go. Take quiz. Again, I'm going to come right back to those quick links. Make sure my cursor is where it's going to be. I'm going to go into my quick links. I'm going to go into my quiz tool in my quick links. Hit Quizzix, go to my voter rights ask quiz, and there it will be. And also scoot it over a little bit, and I can update my announcements. There we go. And then there you have it. I've pulled my quizzes to the front. I've created my quiz. And then students can continue to actually take the course as you add on. Thank you again. If you have any questions or if you want to see more videos, please go to iLearnNYC.doe.org.